Welcome back to another episode of Haas Marketing Corner. Today we're going to talk about something that's been quite popular on the internet lately, Chat GPT. If you don't know what Chat GPT is, it is an AI-generated content machine. Essentially, all you have to do is you plug in topics and give it commands, and it spits you out. I'm going to put quotes, well-written content here, and it'll actually present them to you, and it's supposed to take information from all over the internet and be considered great content. I'm not doubting Chat GPT as far as making great content goes. I have not tried it myself. However, for the purposes of marketing, we're going to be talking about how some marketing people may be exploiting Chat GPT to write creative marketing content or writing content specifically to rank for SEO keywords. So, my advice on this, do not use Chat GPT to create content for the rankings of search engine optimization. Why? Because it actually goes against Google's guidelines. So again, this is becoming such a big thing on the internet right now. A lot of people are talking about it. I see it all over YouTube about AI-generated content. And here's some information that I want to kind of share with you in regards to writing content naturally versus writing content using ChatGPT or other AI-generated content machines here. So Danny Sullivan, he's Google's search liaison, and he also tweets a lot about Google search and also about like things that relates to search engine optimization. And I wanted to read this tweet that he had made not long ago in regards to AI-generated content. He says, "Content created primarily for search engine rankings, however it is done, is against our guidance." But he added that if content is helpful or created for the people first, that is not an issue. So notice how he said, Danny had said, content created for the purpose of people first and helpful content, that's not an issue. Creating content solely for the point of ranking for keywords and SEO, not a good idea. Not a good idea to write content in AI-generated format just so that way you can rank for specific keywords on the internet. That's not a good feel. So, a question: how does Google find out if AI-generated content is actually being used? And that is an excellent question because there is actually a way. Another person I like to follow a lot of the time is John Mueller. He also is part of the Google search team. He's actually the webmaster person. He's a webmaster trends analyst for Google. And he also written some information about this. And what he had said is that content is deemed spam and may result in manual penalty by Google's algorithms if there is some sort of AI-generated content like written for it. Google actually does have the technology to find out whether or not content is written via AI generated, because it actually takes a look at writing styles, writing patterns, and search some writing inconsistencies, and they actually match that with like current information that's actually written and find out that, hey, this is kind of like a weird situation here. And so they actually can kind of look at it and basically say, hey, this is AI generated content, we're going to give you manual actions and penalties, and that's going to be an issue. So here's my one piece of advice in regards to ChatGPT. It's okay to use it as a tool. Don't use it as the primary tool to write content, say set it and forget it and go on your merry way. That's not going to help you. I feel that if you use ChatGPT to come up with some ideas and then build off of whatever written content's there as a creative way to write your own piece of content, but at least get some ideas down there, that might be more beneficial for you. Again, I still would not use it solely for the purposes of writing SEO content so that way your keywords can rank, because that's not going to help you all in one bit. At the end of the day, content is still king on the internet, so people want to use that content to make sure that their websites are ranking well, and they also, more importantly, you want to write that content so that way you can help people find out more information about you and your business and how you can help them. Still take that creative writing course right there as far as getting your written content done. That's what you want to do. You want to write naturally, write authentically, That's what the people care about. It doesn't have to be a 3,000 page essay or 3,000 word essay or anything like that. It just needs to be something that is relevant, it can be helpful, and that you're doing it in a way that's gonna sound natural. Don't be using AI generated content to write something and then plaster it up on your blog post or your other pieces of content in hopes that it's gonna stick, because Google will eventually catch on to that. So my advice, use it as a minor tool to kind of help get those creative juices flowing, so that way you can get an idea of what kind of content you would like to write, and then write it in your own voice, your own style, your own characterization, so that way it makes more sense to the users in the audience that you're trying to like put things out for. So use Chat GPT only as a minor tool. Don't use it as the sole or primary tool. It will not help you. Write the content for you and for others, because you're the authentic piece of information people are looking for. People are out there to look for you and how well you can demonstrate your services or expertise out there, not some AI generated information pulled from millions or billions of sources, because that's not authentic. Until then, have a great day and tune in next Friday for the next episode of Haas Marketing Corner.